So now time for race number 7 for X30 Senior. Let's take you through your starting order. Sam van der Heyden will start from pole position. Matthias Marchot, who has been close, but not close enough to getting a race win in today's activity. Starts from the outside of the front row. Julien Salvio and Otto Paikkonen starts on row 2. Ostricourt and Tobias Norman round out row number 3. François Delati and Senna Meunier with Roberto Bas and Dinan de Vos round out the top 10. Faris Jalil, Angelo Mini, Mirko Wouters, Mick Blankenspor, Joey Brown, Gaetan de Brabandera, Jules Van Hul, Esteban Waldegrave, Giano Vellens, Kenneth van Monkerke, Simon Lacroix, Luca Montebello, Thibaut Wires, Jesse Polderdijk and Raffaele Santocono completes the 25-strong grid. Once again, another adventure into the unknown. So the temperatures have been hot on the circuit. 26 degrees air temperature at the moment, and the drivers are finding it difficult out there. I've spoken to quite a few of them. They said, yeah. If anyone might remember, I had a chat with Henki Counteran last year at this point in the season, and he said that getting those 5 wins were incredibly difficult under the significant weather. You know, we had hot weather all weekend. It was 30+ degrees Celsius this time last year. So, Sam van der Heyden and Matthias Marchot. Faris Jalil might not be starting on the grid, might be starting from the pre-grid area, and thereby will be released once the lights go out. As the drivers make their way out to the final corner, revs rise, lights are on, lights are out, we go green. And into turn number 1, Matthias Marchot gets hung out to dry. Oh, well, someone's gone way off the circuit. Possibly Roberto Bas, maybe. Looks like a WJS racing cart that has brought the mire of the outside of turn number 1. Matthias Marchot trying to fight his way back up into the top 2. Currently running P4, getting a bit aggressive with the old elbows out. This is the 250 from KCR Racing. But Sam van der Heyden leading the way at the front of the train ahead of Julien Salvio. Ostricourt, I think, is now in 3rd place ahead of Matthias Marchot. Otto Paikkonen, François Delati is Julien Salvio trying to put the brightness on Sam van der Heyden. And at the moment, the 247 is definitely trying to keep his head over troubled water, so to speak. He's a little bit further back. A couple of drivers, I think, including the 337, François Delati, well, François Delati, I think it was also Angelo Mili in the 224. That was the 224. Plus, I think it was Gaetan de Brabandera maybe that were having a bit of a battle. So the field makes its way through turn number 7. Change for 3rd place, so that is going to be the crop promotion kart of Finland's Otto Paikkonen, who's just got through on Ostricourt. Matthias Marchot dives in, I think. Yes, and he did try and get a position. Tobias Norman gets through as well. So, change is afoot at the sharp end of the field. However, Tobias Norman loses out to Ostricourt in the meantime, going through out of turn number 4 and into turn 5. So Short makes the move stick. dive bomb and then some. Gets back through. Oh, they clash! Oh, that was not what they needed. Mirko Wouters. Oh, well, there you go. Ostricourt and Tobias Norman come together. Wouters pulls over to the left-hand side of the circuit, slaps the steering wheel in frustration. I'm sure that Mirko Wouters will have damage on the number 201, the Eichmann's Grand Prix Racing Team Tony Kart. Meantime, Julien Sauviot is not hanging about at the minute, staying with Sam van der Heyden in the 247. Into 6 and 7 they go, line astern. Neither one keeping, well, they're basically keeping themselves line astern. Yellow flags, no surprise at turn 10, so no overtaking permitted, otherwise that would be a slam dunk penalty. The minute that they see a green flag waving, well, Sauviot can then go at it. And Sauviot is less than a quarter of a second behind van der Heyden, who continues to lead. After the opening 4 laps, Mathis Marchal in 4th, sets the fastest lap of the race of 57.026 by the Belgian for KCR Racing. He's trying to close in on the Finnish driver of Otto Paikkonen. 2.83. So 5.5 minutes remaining, plus an additional lap still to go. There is time for some drivers to make moves up the order, and sometimes just so some drivers will use that mechanical sympathy. It was something I talked to with Matthias van der Kerkhoff, that you've got to be very, very careful with the tyres. You don't want to overcook them. Obviously, depending on what weather transpires tomorrow, we see a different side to the story that we have been waiting for. But who knows? We'll wait until that comes to us tomorrow morning. However, Sam van der Heyden being pestered by Julien Sauviot for the race lead. And at the moment, it's sometimes you just have to play your cards close to your chest and just wait for things to transpire in front of you. And that sometimes can be easier said than done. And the point is very much being proved here. 4.25 minutes. Well, Mick Blankensport is out. Oscar Guccio, quel bon surprise, is out. C'est pas une surprise avec l'accrochage entre Mick Blankensport et Oscar Guccio. Et la course est finie pour les deux pilotes. So Oscar Guccio out on lap 3, Mick Blankensport out on lap number 5. We're on lap 7 at the moment. Still van der Heyden doing a really good job at the front end of the field. There you see 2 karts stricken by the side there. The drivers just watching on from the sidelines. And that will be their last race of today's proceedings. Obviously, we'll have the remainder of the other 6 heats tomorrow, plus the 2 finals, which will bring us to 17 races in totality for X30 Senior and 8 for X30 Junior. Top 4 rounded out by Mathis Marchal, covered by 9/10 of a second. At the moment, Otto Paikkonen, the driver in P3, trying to chase down Sauviot for that second place, is the fastest driver out there. 56.609 was his fastest lap. He's gone personal best sector 1, personal best sector 2. He's the fastest outright driver in the 3rd sector, so that's where the Finn really gets a good purchase in the more technical final sector. that we have. And, well, Otto Paikkinen does not, well, gets to within his best lap time. 35 seconds, but the 35 thousandths behind it. Julien Sauviot, 9 1,000ths off that time around of Otto Paikkinen's fastest lap of the race, which so far has been a 56.609 for the 283. And it looks like game over for Gaetan de Brabandera. He's not made it through the final, well, he's made it through the final sector more than likely, and has parked that car in pit lane. So the 231 from Belgium out of the race as we are heading into the final 90 seconds plus an additional tour of this 1,450 metre circuit at Racing Kart JPR here in Ostricourt. Around about a 20 to 30 minutes drive from Lille in northeastern France. It's a great circuit that provides fantastic, close, fast slipstreaming. Yes, Balderdijk has now dropped down to 22nd. Warning board going out to the 201 of Mirko Wouters in 8th place at the moment. He's trying to fend off Simon Lacroix, who also had a difficult qualifying, I believe. Lacroix has made up 12 places, so Lacroix has, on just pure pace, just decided, well, forget qualifying, that's a dead horse to leave alone, and then just go for how things transpire in the racing, and that's where it counts the most. So 15 seconds to go. And Sauviot and Paikkinen are trying to close on in. The timer is now ticking down. 3, 2, 1, 0. Next time around will be the 12th and final lap of this race. And Sam van der Heyden will be another driver that's picked up not just one win, but it looks to be 2. Matthias van der Kerkhoff said to me earlier on this afternoon, I am gunning for 3 wins out of 3. Now, Henki Kouteren got 5 out of 5 last year. And the way Van der Kerkhoff is driving at the moment, pole position in time qualifying. Van der Heyden is going to start the final lap as the race leader, driver with the Hout Racing team. And he's ahead of Julien Sauviot. Sauviot trying to really get the slipstream coming out of the final corner. He's trying to look to the outside to get the crisscross here into turn 3. And Van der Heyden just timed it to perfection. Paikkinen said, right, here's my chance. And he nearly went for the move round the outside at turn number 3. Sauviot is now giving Van der Heyden the hurry up. And here comes Mathis Merschelt through into turn 7. Sauviot could have been through on the inside, but it would have been put him on the outside for turn 8. Mathis Merschelt dives through on Otto Paikkinen with corners to spare and wrestles his way back up into 3rd place. But Sam van der Heyden has controlled proceedings, has not given Julien Sauviot even a sniff of a window of an opportunity as the 247 comes out of the final corner, wins heat 7 by 2/10 of Julien Sauviot. Mathis Merschelt taking perfect opportunistic advantage to his favour through turn 9, getting through on Otto Paikkinen. Tobias Norman, François Delati, Dinan de Vos, Simon Lacroix started 21st, finished in 8th, ahead of Mirko Wouters and Keanu Vallens, who started 19th, finished 10th. Angelo Mili, Jules Van Hul, Senna Meunier, Fares Jalil, Roberto Baz, Esteban Walgrave, Luca Montebello started 22nd, finishes in 17th, ahead of Jerry Brown, Kenneth Van Mokerke, Thibaut Vyers, Jesse Balderdijk, and Raffaele Santocono did not make it past the first sector of lap number 12. Gaetan de Brabandera out on lap 8, Mick Blankenspor lap 5, and Oscar Goodshow at turn 11, lap 3.